Hello, y'all, and welcome back to another episode of Milk Eggs.
And a whole lot of tea.
My name's Brandon,
I'm Allegra.
and y'all, we are here because the tea is hot today and the stories are getting hotter.
Yes.
Okay. Today's guest, Allegra, is someone whose journey we've been watching unfold in the most powerful and vibrant way.
Mm-hmm.
He's a singer. He's a songwriter. He dances. He does music videos. And he has just a spotlight that shines so bright.
Mm-hmm.
He's viral. He's versatile. And baby, he is walking in his truth. So
Absolutely.
please, everybody, give us a warm welcome and welcoming Bubba Graham to our podcast.
Yes. Welcome. Bubba.
Hey, what is up? How's everybody doing?
Blessed and
Good.
highly favored. Doing good since we in your presence.
Oh my gosh, thank you
Yes.
so much. I am so glad to be in y'all's presence. We're gonna have a good time today. I'm so looking forward to it.
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes, we are. Okay. And Bubba, you were just a bright ray of sunshine. So thank you so much. Especially in Nashville right now. It's gloomy today. So thank you for
It
this.
Absolutely.
Okay. So our first question we have for you is you have been writing music and producing music, singing all this stuff for 16 years, probably longer than that, like going into childhood and stuff.
Wow.
So that's a whole era of dedication. But it wasn't until you turned 29, which was last year, because you're young, that you said, okay, it is go time. It is time to let's do it. So what was the moment more, or was that moment more of a breakdown, a breakthrough, or a mix of both? And how did embracing your truth play a role in that shift?
I'm gonna be honest with you, it was a mix of both because I realized that, okay, I've been wanting to do this since I was a kid. I'm 29 right now.
Mm-hmm.
And if I don't take this opportunity, then we may not ever get the option or to do it later. So for me, it was about looking at where I was in life, which by the way, let me just go ahead and say, you can pursue any dream at any age. But I knew for me, I was very much so convinced that if I turned 30 and I was not working on or working towards my dreams, then I needed to give it up because for many years, what I had the tendency of doing was comparing myself to other people and thinking that I wasn't good enough. So I didn't really throw myself out there yet. So even though I was writing those songs and writing music, I wasn't really putting myself out there aside doing some of the performances around the community. But, when I got into high school and I found out that I had a little bit of a voice there, I also was listening to a lot of Chris Brown and Trey Songz and all those kind of things, all those kind of people. And what's so crazy about it is listening to those artists made me feel like, well, dang, I don't have a voice like theirs, so maybe I shouldn't sing. Maybe that should not be what I should pursue. So for a lot of years, I held on to that idea that like, well, I don't sound like Chris Brown, so maybe music is not in the cards for me. But when I turned 29, I was like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's go for it. Let's go for it.
And you've been doing it, which is
Absolutely.
incredible. Like the music you put out, y'all, if you have not, go look him up right now and we'll have all the socials and everything linked. But just it's all different. I don't even want to put you in a genre because it's pop,
Yeah.
rock.
It's rock. It's just different.
It's just all different. And it's like, it almost shows where you're at in your life almost,
Yeah.
and kind of telling your journey and your story throughout, which is incredible. I mean, I'm getting goosebumps right now. It just, you bring so much light to your music and what you do. And excited to be teasing something a little bit later on in this podcast.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So as we're talking about music, let's talk a little bit how you got started a little bit. So I was introduced to you through Brandon, through TikTok.
Yeah.
So you were just having some fun, doing some lip syncing, and then like boom, I heard you went viral in 10 days. Like, damn. So what made you post that very first video? And did that moment like shift how you saw yourself?
Yeah.
Not just as an artist, but as someone like finally ready to be like fucking seen.
Yeah, no, I will tell you the exact moment that it shifted for me. I was sitting in training at the University of Georgia because I was a residence housing director. working in the housing department. And I was in training and they were going through the slides and all this kind of stuff that we had to keep in mind for the upcoming school year. And I
Mhm.
remember sitting there in training and I was like, this is too much. I
Mm-mm.
was like, I was like,
When it hits you like
I,
that, it's just like,
I was like, this is a lot of work. I don't know if I'll be able to do it because if you think about it, University of Georgia is a huge,
yeah.
institution, and I was like, I don't know if I'll be able to do this. And I remember after training that day, I went to my apartment, and the first thing that I could think of was, let me just make a video because that's all I know how to do. Let me just dance to my music in my kitchen. Let me just see what happens because this is the only other thing that I have in my hands right now that could maybe become a career. I thought about that for like 5 seconds, but it was really to just relieve stress in that moment so
Mhm.
I could feel normal and feel not under the pressure of having to start this new job in such a way to where I felt like I'd be under immense pressure. So being able to dance in my kitchen to my music and do that for 10 straight days and then end up having legal people and different record companies and all this kind of stuff reaching out to me, I was like, holy crap, like what in the world is happening? So yeah, yeah.
That's great. I mean, that's
That's
awesome.
wow.
And
Yeah,
it's great because you took that leap and you said,
yeah,
listen, I'm going to do it.
yeah,
And you
Mhm.
did it.
yeah,
And it was
yeah,
nothing big or fancy. It was you
yeah,
in your kitchen in your
yeah,
safe space. Yes.
yeah. Well, and we kind of talked about this a little bit earlier, but it's like sometimes you got to take the leap not
Yeah.
knowing.
Mm.
And me, I'm a type of person, maybe it's the Capricorn in me, I don't know. I don't like to take risks. But I am very much so the type of person where I won't leap until I know for a fact that I'm going to land on the ground.
Yeah.
But
Mm.
the thing about faith is you got to be able to step out even if you don't know you're going to be caught.
Mm.
You got to step out into the water
Mhm.
even if you don't know whether you're going to drown or not. You've got to just do it. And what's happened for me too, because I hear this from a lot of people. A lot of people, say, well, I don't have the resources, I don't know the people, and I don't live in the city, and I don't have this, and I don't have that. But what I come to understand is that when you step out on faith, a
Mm.
lot of that resource that you're looking for will come to you.
Mm.
No, it's like when you step out into the vision, the
Yeah.
provision will come.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So yeah,
And it goes back to like, you have to take that leap. You
got
can't
to.
sit around and, I mean, thoughts can be bad things. Like, they
Yeah,
you can be thinking about, but
You can be
until
your
you,
own worst enemy sometimes.
exactly. And
yeah,
until
Mhm.
you take that leap,
yeah.
you ain't doing nothing. And now look,
Absolutely.
and bam, this stuff's happening.
Bam.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so on the topic of music, so who are your biggest musical
Yeah.
inspirations and how have they helped you shape not only your sound,
Yeah.
but the
Mhm.
message you're sharing through your songs?
Cool. So I have a few music inspirations. So I have number one, Bill Withers, Lean on Me,
Mhm.
Mm,
simply because a phenomenal artist and he wrote music that was simple yet effective. And when I say
Mhm.
simple, I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I mean it in such a way to where, you hear one of his songs and you're like, well, yeah, duh, yeah, of course. This is, yeah, Lean on Me. That's something that's impactful. But the way that he was able to construct his songs were amazing and always sat with me. Another inspiration, Tina Turner. Tina Turner,
ah,
queen of rock and roll
R.I.P.
herself.
baby.
First in love too.
That voice that could rip paint off of the walls, like that
Mhm.
woman will forever be my musical mother. I love her so
Mhm.
much. I love her so much, and she was a huge inspiration behind the song that I'm going to tease up, here soon. Um, then we have Michael Jackson because it's Michael
Yeah.
Jackson. Come on, like
Oh,
literally the
It's
the
Michael.
king of artistry and the king of pop.
Mhm.
Like, come on.
yeah.
Then we have Beyonce, Queen,
Queen.
literally,
Uh,
literally.
Mhm.
And it's Beyonce. Like, what else can you say? And then Nicki Minaj, the versatility of her.
Back.
So Bubba says that rap part in the second verse, that
Yeah.
was all Nicki inspired. That was all Nicki inspired. I was like, let me see if I can put my chops together to like see if I can rap in the cadence or rap in a cadence that Nicki would like bow to or say that she appreciated it, you know? So I wrote that part because I was thinking about Nicki Minaj. I was like, how would Nicki flow on this?
You channeled
Oh,
So
that one, though.
you channel Joe and a Nikki Boo.
You channeled that one.
That one on it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Okay, so now when I listen to it again, I'm gonna know this, and
yes.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna hear Nikki in the background too.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
if you get Nikki on the track one day?
Stop. Because if I get
Bro, you have to
because
be
listen,
extra, extra
listen, there
prepared.
are two there are three legends that I want to make music with who are living.
Which
Well,
one?
really there's four, but I'll say the four. Lizzo,
Oh,
one.
my, amazing.
Lizzo is one. I already got a song concept where it's called Make Room. If me and her are on it, I already got the concept. I already got the concept. I just gotta meet. I just gotta meet honey. I just gotta meet her. So then we got Nicki Minaj, of course,
Uh-huh.
Queen,
Yeah.
and then we got Beyonce, and then there's this artist. I don't know if you guys have heard of this artist, but he is just so amazing and like is a pop icon, and I just love him so much. His name is Vincent. It's spelled Vincint, and
Yeah.
he was actually on the Four, that show where he did the Creep, which a lot of people know him from that song. But he's got so many amazing songs, and I just want to work with him because like his voice is iconic.
I do know. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
His music is amazing. His music is amazing. So
Mm.
really, those are the four living legends that I would love to make music with.
Yeah. And we can make all four of them happen.
I know that's
We're
right.
gonna
We
speak it
gonna make
into
it happen
existence.
somehow.
Yeah, all four of them.
All
Mhm.
four of them.
All four of them. Oh
Mm.
my gosh. And one person you didn't say, which I think you drew inspiration from, was
Yeah,
Whitney Houston, because she's also an iconic.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
Absolutely.
it's just
Literally the voice.
the
Mhm.
voice.
Her voice.
It's like okay, Whitney Houston is one of those people that the only reason why I don't initially say that she is an inspiration is because I feel like I will never, ever be. Her voice is like she literally sounds like an angel. Like I'm like,
Yes.
please, please don't. Like
Mm.
her voice is perfection. So like I mean I even am surprised that I even said Michael Jackson and Tina Turner and Beyonce because like who am I to those people? But Whitney Houston for sure, and Tony Braxton because that
Oh
low,
yes,
that
Tony.
huskiness, I got that too. Literally all high school, I was listening to Tony Braxton. So,
Mm.
um, but yeah, there's a lot of other. Mariah is in there a little bit. We got a little bit of everybody.
For everybody.
Yeah,
That's just awesome, though.
That's
That's
awesome.
great.
I have this song of Whitney. I believe in you and me. That part.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it just touched me. Okay,
Oh,
so I'm glad that music makes you smile. I mean,
yeah.
before you came on, well, as you came on, we were doing our hype music, and we were listening to you, so you caught a little glimpse of that. But your music just makes people want to dance, smile, and say, "Yes,
Yes,
sir."
sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Wait, the whole time, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay,
You gotta like do it with like a yes,
like a
sir.
little,
You got to put put your elbow into it. Yes, sir.
yes,
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
sir.
But you have a new single coming out, as
Yeah.
Brandon mentioned,
Yeah.
called Coming to Terms.
Yeah.
And we had the opportunity to listen to a little sneak peek of it. Thank you
Yeah.
very much. But it
Absolutely.
feels like it's hitting something a little deeper.
Yeah.
That title alone says a lot.
Yeah.
What's the heart of this song, and what did writing it help you come to terms with?
Mm.
Oh my God. This is where we get into the meat and potatoes.
The meat and
We get into
potatoes.
It's being spilled.
this song means so much to me. And as of right now, this song is my most prized possession. I've written a lot of music, but this song resonates so much with me with where I am now.
Mm.
This song is about my journey coming to accept and coming to terms with the fact that I am very much so attracted to men. I am very much so attracted to people who are of the same gender as me, and I
Mhm.
would identify as myself as being queer. You know what I mean? So I would like to say that there have been definitely some non-binary people that I've been attracted to. There's definitely been a predominantly men that I've been attracted to, and black women.
Mhm.
but like I wrote this song because growing up, like I say
Mhm.
in the song, changing lyrics from she to he, I always knew that there was something different about me. I knew that I was attracted to um, other guys, in kindergarten.
Mhm.
I not to say that I was a player, but I had two
Were you
girlfriends at
playing?
one time.
Oh.
I had two girls, Allie and Haley, and there was this boy named Austin that I just was so infatuated with. I don't know what it was, but like I thought he was the prettiest thing I ever saw in my life. And of course, when you're in kindergarten, you don't know what these feelings are, right?
Yeah.
100%.
So like but I remember wanting to be his friend and wanting to follow
Mhm.
him everywhere. And that was like the first time, if I'm able to reflect back, that's the first time that I realized that okay, there might be something going on. There might be something different. So writing this song, I take you all on a journey of all my experiences, or the ones at least were highlighted to me as I was writing this song that impacted me in such a way that helped me to unravel and discover who I am. I like to say that for any queer person, there are three stages, right? And some stages happen at once, all at once. Some of these three stages can happen all at once or two at a time. But for me, it happened coming of age. So learning who you are, learning the fact that, hey, there might be, some attractions there that you didn't realize were there. Then there's coming out when you are very much so like, all right, guys, this is who I am. This is what I have, been keeping to myself, but I want to show the world. And then there's coming to terms.
Mhm.
Mm.
And coming to terms is huge for me because I've struggled even dating different guys and dating people because of me feeling like I was doing something wrong.
Mm.
Growing up in the Bible Belt, as well as growing up in the black community, being a big black man who's also attracted to men is not something that is often celebrated.
Mhm.
So I kept that even if I was out with my friends and even to my family and stuff like that, I still walked around with shame
Mm.
and guilt and me thinking that something was wrong with me, and I'll be completely transparent. I used to be 185 pounds and very athletic, very, took really, really good care of myself health wise. And due to me struggling with
Mhm.
myself, the only coping mechanism I had was food. The
Mhm.
only outlet I had. I couldn't talk to friends and family because they wouldn't understand. And when I was on college campus, I was president of the fraternity and in these leadership positions and all this kind of stuff. So people were looking to me for answers. They weren't expecting me to come to them asking questions and needing help. Um, so I very much so have struggled to accept this part of who I am. And
Mm.
note, I say a part of who I am because I feel like there's a lot of different
Yeah.
colors that paint this canvas we call Bubba Graham.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
I struggled so hard with this. And even now today, there are still those moments that I have. Um, but this song was me getting out all of the frustration, all of the joy, all of the fear, everything that I could out. And you could probably hear it in my voice where it's
Mhm.
just this pent up, um, uh, I don't like the word aggression, but intensity that I feel like I've been wanting to sing this song for all of my life. So I'm
Yeah.
grateful that I'm now coming to terms with it and with my story.
Mm.
Bubba, that.
That's beautiful.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
Like that.
Thank you.
That's incredible. You are incredible, and
Mhm.
you mean so much to not only everyone out there, but to yourself. And that's what's
Mhm.
awesome about this coming to terms and your journey is accepting who you are,
Yeah.
who you want to be, but also too knowing that there's no greater than love than accepting myself and loving myself for who I am.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
once you have that fully, you're like, the world is my oyster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Step aside because Bubba Graham's out and he's doing it. Not saying
Yeah.
Would
right
you
now.
say that's like your own national anthem, like for yourself?
Yeah, I would say it's my own anthem.
Mm.
Because even though, as I expressed earlier,
Mhm.
even though being a queer person who has been attracted to non-binary people and women,
Mhm.
me being attracted to men was a no-no. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was one of those things where I was just like, okay, you can have everything else, but not this, you
Mm.
Mm,
know? So for me to be able to take a bite out of the forbidden fruit, if you will, was huge
Yeah.
because it was me finally saying that I accept this about myself and I'm no longer trying to pray it away.
mm,
I'm no longer trying to um, snuff it out or pretend anymore. And
Mhm.
guys, I pride myself on being a great performer, but I was performing for a lot of people. You
Mm.
know, I was performing for a lot of people, pretending to be someone that I wasn't. And, people would think that, like, oh, well, you're just attracted to men. That's not a big deal. But you got to understand, it is a big deal when you have been, you know, I don't want to say sent, but taken to the mental hospital in 2019 because you had a bipolar mania episode and break because your mind was under so much
mm.
stress that you could
Mm.
not fathom that you could still believe in God while still be attracted and possibly want to be with a man.
Mm.
I remember I talked to a therapist at that point in that center, in that health center, behavioral health center, and she was like, "Baby, you gotta reconcile those two parts of yourself.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're going to
Yep.
keep coming back here."
Yep. Yep.
Mhm.
You know.
Mhm.
So this song is maybe not an anthem, but a battle cry. You
Mm.
Mm,
know,
mm.
me saying that like I'm gonna do this afraid because I'm afraid. I am. I am. To be able to stand on this and place my flag in the ground, I'm afraid of what's going to happen. But at the same time, I know that I have to do it because I owe it to myself.
Yep. Yep. And God is love. And we've always heard that growing up because you and I have very similar stories coming
Yeah,
out. Thing
yeah,
like it's hard. It
yeah,
sucks.
Mm.
yeah.
But when you come to terms with it, and it's funny, name of your
Coming
song,
to terms. Yeah,
like weights are lifted and taken
yeah,
off you, and
Yes.
you're like you were just saying, you're a performer, you performed. Gay
yeah,
people know exactly what that's like because we do
yeah.
it. But
Mm.
it's like
Right.
once those weights are lifted, you perform in different ways where you're like, now I'm
Mhm.
giving my true self
Yeah,
Mhm.
forward. People know who I am. And
Mhm.
we're in 2025.
yeah,
We just want you to be who you are and love
yeah,
Yeah.
yourself and love
yeah,
whoever you want to love because
yeah,
no one can give a shit, should give a shit about
yeah,
what you're doing and who you
yeah,
love.
Yeah.
Um,
yeah,
Mhm. And I
yeah,
can only imagine that I understand Christian, Black family, Bible Belt, and
yeah.
folks don't understand, but
yeah.
from a Christian Black family, bro, love is love.
Mm.
Who is we?
Who
Who
is we?
is we to judge
Hey.
anything? People need to
Yeah,
mind their own business.
yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah.
mm-mm.
Mm.
No.
I thank y'all so much. I appreciate it. You guys are making me feel good about it because, of course, there's the voice of doubt that creeps in every once in a while. But I think the more and more I lean into who I am, the
Yes.
more and more those weights will
Yep.
start to
And you take your
be lifted.
power back.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
you're done apologizing. You're done saying, I'm not gonna act, because as a gay men,
yeah,
sometimes you got to put a straight face on or
yeah,
kind
Mm.
of barrier up and it's like
yeah,
I'm not I'm unapologetic now. Like,
Yeah.
you don't like me? Cool.
Yeah.
That's on you, Pookie. That's not on
Yeah.
me. I love
Right.
myself.
That's your problem to worry
And
about.
yes, but
Well,
you always got us. If you got to text us, call us, anything, we'll be here for
Right.
you.
I'm
I
ready to fight
appreciate that.
anytime. Let's start.
Thank y'all so much. I appreciate
Of
it.
course. Okay, so Bubba, I want to jump into coming to terms.
Yeah.
In there, you have a lyric that says, "Tried again with a boy
Yeah.
from my hometown.
Yeah.
Dirty
Hmm.
secret that he tried to keep around.
Yeah.
But like them all, he only wanted one thing, that one thing.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Child of the good Lord." Okay, that line hits home. So can you walk us through
Walk
the
us through
story
that.
behind the lyrics?
Yeah. Yeah. So tried again with the boy from my hometown. So pretty much there was this guy that when I moved back to my hometown that we started chatting and communicating with online and stuff like that. And we went to the same high school. And I think he was a couple years older than me. And pretty much, I thought things were going well. I thought that, this could possibly or potentially be something. But unfortunately, or I guess fortunately for me, come to find out that he had
See,
a whole fiance,
Where my tea?
and
a whole fiance?
a whole fiance. And she didn't know any of this was going on or anything. And so his dirty secret he wanted to keep around, but the he wanted to keep around part was he assumed that I would be okay with this, like I would be the side chick. I'd be the side chick while he has his own main thing, and that's how it goes. And then, but like them all, he only wanted one thing. What I had come to realize as a black man in the queer community, you're kind of always diminished to one part of your body.
Mm.
Um, and I've experienced a lot of trauma from only being wanted for one part of that body, one part of your body. So when I came to realize that he just wanted a good,
Mm-hmm.
1-2 little hookup every once in a while, even if he were to get married and we be, I was like, no, I gotta go, child. I can't do that. And by the way, you need to tell Miss Thing that you actually don't have a thing for her,
Right.
because, and what's so crazy too is when I found this out, which by the way, it wasn't even me finding out. He told me when I was like, yo, let's go out, let's go have some fun with it. Well, he decided to slip in there. Well, my fiance is coming up. What? What do you mean? We've been talking for like a while now, and just now you're saying this? Well, I thought it wasn't important.
What part did you think wasn't important, sir?
What?
What?
Oh, so yeah, I decided to cut that because I am nobody's side chick.
You
I'm the
sure
main
did
course.
more than that.
And
Okay.
then we're gonna write about it. Is what we're gonna
And then
do.
we're gonna write about it. I'm pulling Taylor Swift, and I'm gonna write about it real quick. I'm gonna write about it. But
Oh
yeah,
my
no,
god.
it was rough.
Damn.
God. But then listen, it teaches you though. Because you
It
now
does. It does teach you. It does teach you. And like I said, being a part of a community, because it's crazy when you're a part of a marginalized community, but you're all already still marginalized. Is like what? I mean,
mm,
that's a whole moment there.
Mhm.
That's a whole interview by itself.
It
But
sounded like he had a fetish.
yeah. Oh, come on now. Come
Mm-hmm.
on now.
wait, what
You
did
know
you
what I'm
say
saying?
about a
And
fetish?
that was clearly the
He
case
had a
with
fetish.
Homeboy. That was clearly the case. That was clearly
Mm-hmm.
the case. You know what I mean? And yeah, yeah.
Mm.
As long as he had his little
As
perfect
long,
little life,
yeah.
and then
Mm-hmm.
had his, secret life or hookup life or whatever. So
Hmm.
yeah.
But now,
Mm.
sir, you're in a song. So there you go.
Right. And when you hear
Yeah.
this, you're gonna think, is this song about me? I hope you question that. I hope you question that and it
Yeah.
just hurts
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Right.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, as this song, wait, when is this song being released?
So I was going to premiere the song, probably like into July or so, but depending on people's response, we might get it earlier. We might get it earlier.
Come on, yo. Come on, yo. It's gonna be
Congrats.
good. It is a
It's
good.
good.
And it's like rock too, which is a
Yeah.
little.
Yes, I love the
Oh, it
last
made me want to put my like latex on or something, like leather on,
Not latex.
just go out like.
Not latex.
but the last quote of the song, if you don't mind, I'm not gonna do any type of justice, but it was
Yes.
when you're like, I like pretty boys, record boys, Asian boys. I'm like,
And I see kind of now the Lizzo inspiration behind that because her song
yeah,
"Boys,"
Yeah. Yeah.
like don't not
Yeah.
the
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
well, whatever it was, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
wait, you killed us with that last
you
part when you're like,
did.
pop, hold on, hold
That
on,
part got
Yeah. Well, and the reason why I wanted to put that part in the song too is because, I mean, going back to what we were just talking about, like being in the queer community can still be, ostracizing, can still
yeah.
be, isolating,
Mm.
especially if you're a man of color or a person of color, right? So I wanted to make sure that I showed love for all the boys
All the
at the
boys.
end of the song, because I didn't want anybody to feel left out, as I have been in certain equations, you
yeah,
know.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, you did that. You did
yeah,
that.
you
So,
showed,
a little bit about you, Bubba. I know you have 3 degrees, right?
Yep. Yep.
Theater, liberal. What's the third one?
Yeah, so I have public relations communications degree,
Damn.
a theater degree, and a master's in liberal studies.
Bless
you,
your heart.
you must like
You
school.
you must like school because I did it one time. I was like, fuck.
I was trying to get a job.
That
Mm,
one too.
say less.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
Say less. So, do you feel that time when you were in the kitchen of
Yep.
like that moment you had on TikTok was your thing of like no more hiding, here I am as the artist? Or is this song coming to terms you're saying is like I'm no more hiding, I am an artist, period.
Mm,
I think it's more so the coming of terms songs, because I
Mm.
feel like with me dancing in my kitchen and stuff like that, that was just me saying, let me see what happens, right? But as you all will see or have heard with coming to terms, that song is very much so about me very much embracing who I am as an artist and having fun with even a style of music that I haven't showed yet, So it's embracing all of who I am, which inside that's what it sounds like. That's what Bubba sounds like on the inside is rock music, I've always loved rock music. Everybody from Led Zeppelin to AC/DC to who are some other people?
Leopard.
Ramones, everybody. We loved everybody, Tina,
Mhm.
So I think that, coming to terms is the song that I'm like, I'm here and I'm
Mm.
queer.
I'm
I
here.
love it. I love it.
Mhm.
Okay, so if you could sit down, let's think about either even last year or a couple years, however you want to think about this, but if you could sit down with a version of
Mhm.
Bubba who is playing it safe,
Yeah.
what would you say to him now that you're living your truth out loud and unapologetically?
Yeah. I would say to him, I got good news and I got bad news. The good news is it does get so much better.
Mm.
It does get so much better as you continue to walk in your path, as you continue to do the things that you want to do, as you continue to embrace yourself and allow other people to embrace you. It does get better. The bad news is that fear that you feel is never going to go away.
Mm.
It might get smaller, but it's never going to go away. So you can't wait until you're not afraid.
Mm.
Because you're always going to be afraid. But that moment may not always be there. So do it afraid. Do it afraid.
Damn, Bubba.
That's the title of this podcast.
Do
it afraid.
afraid.
Do it afraid.
Mm.
God.
Like
Move that out, Allegra.
that in. That's you gotta spit that in.
But no, I genuinely would tell myself that because, and I'm sure people can relate to it, but always thinking that there's going to be a perfect moment,
Mm.
or I'm going to be in the perfect feeling, or at this perfect time. And that's the whole point of me teasing and releasing Coming to Terms too, is
Mhm.
because there's not going to be a perfect time. The perfect time for me to embrace who I am is now.
Yeah.
Do it now.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, because honestly, you know what my strategy was going to be? Make as many hit songs and get as big as I could possibly be until I'm so untouchable that when I drop a song like this, it won't matter.
Mm.
Mhm.
But me as an artist, I need to do this now in the sense that I won't be able to create any good music or any heartfelt music until I reach or push this one out. You know, until I have reached the moment of saying I'm going to put this out into the world and see what happens.
Mhm.
You know, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I have the opportunity to do it, and I'm still afraid. I'm still afraid. As I'm talking to y'all now, I am still afraid. As I'm talking to y'all now, I'm still like, it's so funny. I'm talking to y'all right now, but I'm also replaying everything I said in this interview because I'm like, Lord, I hope I didn't say nothing crazy. but, but, but yeah, do
Mm.
it afraid. The fear's not going to go away.
Mm.
I mean, that's it. Because
Yeah.
you want it so bad and you're so passionate about it. So that's where I feel like this fear and emotion. I mean, even having a podcast, it's like,
Yeah,
we're like you two, like, did I say anything dumb? But it's
yeah,
like, just do it afraid. Mm,
yeah, yeah,
damn.
yeah,
You're speaking from your genuine, real truth and self right now.
yeah,
Nothing, you might second guess something you said, but
yeah,
nothing you said is, you shed your light in who you are, and it
yeah,
was perfect. Like, you are perfect in your own way. And we commend you so, so
Mhm.
much for being brave, Bubba. I know it ain't easy. Um, and
Mhm.
but I mean, everything you're doing though, like we mentioned earlier, if you could just touch one person,
yeah,
you did it.
Period.
You did it, and you
Yeah.
have, and you're continuing to do that because it's showing the people coming back listening to you, the people following you, the people reaching out to you and everything. You are a light, and you are someone that your voice needs to be heard. And
yeah.
You have
thank
a story and
you
it's
have a story.
inspiring. Your music is magic. You can find them on Apple Music, Spotify, Instagram, TikTok. But we cannot wait to see and to hear what's coming next from you. And when Coming to Terms comes out, we're gonna be the first ones to follow and like, well, we already follow you, duh. But we'll be the first one to play your music constantly.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Because you just living your truth. The ultimate glow up.
Thank you.
You know what I just thought of? What if
Well,
Alexa and I come up with a dance to come into terms?
I
Ah!
don't know why Brandon be doing this. I got two left feet. I got a good chair dance, but he always want to do this extra
not
dance.
a dance, please, please.
Like we're only two steps. That's
I
all
want to
she
do two
knew.
steps.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
No,
Thank
thank
you.
you so much. Thank you for
Hmm.
being your open and honest self and just being you, Bubba. We
Hmm.
really appreciate that so
And can't
much.
wait for all the great things to follow.
Yeah.
Thank y'all so much. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Bubba, thank you for being so open, honest, and just so you. Your story is inspiring. Your music is magic. As we were dancing before you even came on. Oh, what song was that we were dancing to?
Bubba says,
Oh, yes. Okay. Bubba
that's like
says,
the anthem right there. I feel like that is the, but no matter. We can't go down that rabbit hole because
well, Bubba says, it's just magic. I mean, like, I feel like if you just want to have a good old time and have some fun, loving music, just listen to your album.
Mm.
But y'all can follow Bubba, follow his song coming out soon called Coming to Terms, and follow everything about Bubba. All things remember, living your truth is the ultimate glow up.
Yes.
Yes.
See y'all next time, y'all. Bye,
Peace.
Bubba.
Bye, Bubba.
Bye.